What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Nick, and I'm back with another video, as you can see. And before we get this video started, man, I just wanted to say Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. And this is a special shout out, especially to the mothers, man. Happy Mother's Day. Without you guys, we wouldn't be nothing. You know what I'm saying? We wouldn't be here, But now we got that out the way. And as you guys can see, I have not been uploading, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm dealing with this thing called life, and life be lifing. And there's no shortcuts around it. You just got to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? But in today's video, we about to react to top 20 best video game controllers. This should be interesting. I think the top two should be like maybe the PS4 controller and the Xbox 360 controller. That's what I'm saying. But Watch Mojo might have a different opinion about this. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know how Watch Mojo do. You know what I'm saying? But without further ado, let's get straight into the video, son. Let's get it.
Welcome to Mojo Plays, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 20 video game controllers of all time. We're adjusting our previous list with modern updates, so be sure to check out our original video to see what's changed. Did we miss any that you think deserved a spot? Let us know in the comments below.
When Dad wants to watch the baseball game on TV, many games can be pulled down onto the gamepad so you can keep playing.
Number 20, Atari 2600 joystick.
My son Boris has a missile command problem.
My mission in life is to save all.
I've never owned an Atari. Out of the years of playing video games, I've never owned an Atari. Never. The 35 years I've been on this earth, I've never played an Atari. You know what I'm saying? I heard things about it, but never like physically like got a hold to it. You know what I'm saying? I've never really played it. You know what I'm saying? This is before my time too, so I can understand why I never played this.
Lately, my daughter has developed a similar problem with Atari Warlords.
While not the most comfortable in terms of form factor and not the most visually striking, the Atari 2600 joystick is a pioneering little piece of hardware that paved the way for years to come. When non-gamers think of a video game controller, their minds typically lean towards picturing a single, nondescript joystick like this. And we have the Atari 2600 to thank that. Synonymous with classic games like Pac-Man and Asteroids, this controller will forever be iconic.
Your turn. Me?
Number 19, NES Zapper. One of the earliest home versions of the arcade light gun peripheral, Nintendo's NES Zapper is another timeless icon. For an almost 20-year-old piece of hardware, it worked really well at the time and is a precursor to the concept we eventually got with the Wii. Compatible with notable games like Duck Hunt and Wild Gunman, the NES Zapper is one of the most immersive video game controllers to date. Feels really good to handle to boot. Number 18, Wii Remote Plus.
As Tammy is subtly rotating her wrist, that precise action is being reflected on screen in real time.
The Nintendo Wii quite literally changed the game when it...
I thought this was going to be a little bit higher. I thought this was going to be like top 3. You know what I'm saying? Because the Wii was lit. The Wii was actually lit. The Wii was pretty decent. You know what I'm saying? And it kind of revolutionized Nintendo again, in a way. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was fun. Wii Sports. And then I remember the Michael Jackson game, the Michael Jackson Experience game I played on Wii. That was fun. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it was a good system for the family to play because anybody could play it. But like this was, I would have thought they put this like maybe in top 3 because this was actually this was revolutionary for its time. You know, and to be honest with you, I wouldn't mind getting a Wii again. You know what I'm saying? I would not mind it because it was fun. You know. That's what makes this like a great controller and great console. You know what I'm saying? You can always go back and play this stuff. But yeah, I thought it would be higher than this.
Came to motion controls. Wii Sports was insanely popular with all audiences thanks to the unassuming Wii remote, but some folks cited calibration issues. Then came the Wii Motion Plus attachment, which then eventually became the Wii Remote Plus, which is just a regular remote with the attachment built in. This helped with accurate movement in games like The Legend of Zelda Skyward, which allowed Link to swing his sword in very dynamic ways. Like you were swinging the master for yourself.
Wii Motion Plus renders every slight shift of your wrist or arm into the gameplay.
Number 17. Spot 1. The Xbox lineage of controllers got virtually unchanged since its original inception, and for good reason. The form factor offers one of the most comfortable experiences around, and the offset sticks first-person shooters feel great. The smaller trees compared to the previous generation give a more tactile feel, improving an already awesome design. You just know it's hard to place A, B, X, Y buttons.
I just wish I had more time to play. Yo!
Number 16. Sega Genesis.
Go! The GOAT!
The original iteration of the Sega Genesis controller was streamlined.
The GOAT! This is the GOAT. The Sega Genesis. On me, this is... I ain't even gonna lie, bro. Like, this is how I got started in gaming, bro. This is how I got started playing video games, bro. You know what I'm saying? Sega Genesis. Sega Genesis was that game, bro. It was that system. It was that console, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, the original controller, it's okay. But me, personally, I rather prefer, like, the 6-button controller. But, like, they didn't have a whole lot of games that allowed you to play with all 6 buttons. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, Sega Genesis is goated, bruh. On me, don't at me, goated, bruh.
And simplified, which is great for people new to playing video games. Over time, they'd improve upon this design, but more on that later. The 3 buttons and round form factor made this not only one of the most unique visually, but easy to hold in games like Sonic the Hedgehog and Sonic the Hedgehog 2 and Sonic the Hedgehog 3, and get the idea. Also, if you own a Nintendo Switch, you can get the wireless version to play these games on the go. Number 15. Wii U Gamepad.
The touch feature offers simple and intuitive control. The touchscreen works with your fingertip or the stylus.
I never owned a Wii U. I've never owned this. Anything like after the Wii, I didn't touch, bro. Anything after the Wii, I didn't touch. I do have a Switch, though. I do have a Switch, and the Switch is great. I love it. You know what I'm saying? I love it. I love the Switch. But Wii U, never owned it. I've never owned this. I remember hearing like mediocre reviews on this. You know what I'm saying? As you look at the Wii U, it's kind of like it's the DS, the Switch. It's like the DS, the Switch, all that in one. You know what I'm saying? But I've never owned this before. You know, never. And if you guys ever owned this, man, what was it like playing with this? You know what I'm saying? Let me know in the comment box.
Another entry is Nintendo's lineup of controllers. The Wii U Gamepad is surely some sort of proof of concept for what would eventually become the Nintendo Switch, and was likely inspired by the GameCube and Game Boy Advance Link cable function. The controller has a built-in screen and face buttons around it, and uses it to control
it's a combination of things that
while the serve as the menu for games. Playing Wind Waker HD on the gamepad is a time-saving godsend that streamlined a lot of the chunky parts of that game.
The Wii U Gamepad for Wii U. It redefines how you play with home entertainment.
Number 14. PlayStation 4.
Improving, advancing, transforming, introducing the DualShock 4 wireless control.
Number 4? What number this was? I'm
The
tripping.
trackpad in the middle of the
Advancing, transform. The Wii U Gamepad for
What is
Wii U. It redefines how you play with home entertainment.
14. PlayStation 4.
14.
Improving, advancing, transforming, introducing the redesigned DualShock 4 wireless controller.
The DualShock 4 is a personal favorite for many. The trackpad in the middle of the controller might have been a little confusing upon PlayStation 4's launch, but it's since become an awesome and memorable feature. For example, being able to swipe in any direction on the fly in games like Ghost of Tsushima to call your horse or use Guiding Wind made for a lot more dynamic gameplay potential, and changed the way a lot of developers thought about design moving forward.
In a range of different styles. Discover new ways to play. Redesigned shop.
Number 13, Sega
Goated! Goated! Goated!
The Sega Genesis 6-button controller is a vast improvement on the original, changing its form factor and increasing the number of buttons to, guess it, 6. A lot of games on the Sega Genesis even used all 6 buttons.
I said
but those that did,
Wasn't
like
a lot of
Streets of Rage
games that you
3,
can use
had a
all
lot
6
more
buttons.
versatile options when it came to gameplay. And it just looks cooler too. I mean, look at it. Number 12, Nintendo Entertainment System.
Nintendo Entertainment System style controller works with NES games on Nintendo Switch. This one here is the left NES controller.
The one that started it all for most gamers.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I've actually held one of these before as an adult. This is a very small controller. It's very small. I can understand for the time that it came out. I can understand that. You know what I'm saying? But it's a very small controller. It was definitely made for a child's hands. This wasn't made for an adult hands because, like, it's so small. Like, we could literally break this controller with our hands, man. For real. But I just couldn't do it. Like, for some of y'all that was around in the 80s playing with this, I couldn't get with it. I'm sorry. Maybe because I'm more of a Sega Genesis person, you know, but
Nintendo Entertainment System controller is fully and truly an icon. It's definitely not the most comfortable controller around, but its influence and recognizability due to its design and history are undeniable. I'll never forget the first time I got my hands on this, exploring Hyrule, the Mushroom Kingdom, and so much more for the first time. Its 2-button layout was easy to learn, and this was before shoulder buttons became commonplace, so we came with a low learning curve, so little kids like could give you games of your shape.
Attaching them to the console. We hope you'll enjoy using these controllers to play this growing library of classic NES.
Number 11, Xbox Controller S.
what? Hold on. Hell no. Hell no. Hell no. Hell no.
I beg your pardon? What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
No fucking way, boy. Boy, ain't no 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 fucking way, boy.
So you mean to tell me they're putting the original Xbox controller over the PS4? That's wild. That's wild. That's wild. That's wild. Because the Xbox, the original Xbox controller was completely trash. It was so trash, bro, and it was so big, bro. It felt like your hands were like miles apart from each other, bro. On me, it felt like your hands were like in social distancing, bro. That mug was huge, bro. And the fact that they put this over the PS4 controller is so wild to me. It was so ass. It was so garbage. This controller was garbage. And then the upgrade that they tried to give us was even more garbage, bro. Like, yo, this is wild. This is wild to me. And this is wild to me.
The original Xbox controller is a weirdly shaped, clunky mess. The Xbox Controller S, not to be confused with the controller from today's Xbox Series S, is a huge improvement on the design. This is what future Xbox controllers were modeled after, and I'm so grateful it did. Its smaller form factor faster and more streamlined.
Bro, like, don't get me wrong, man. The Xbox was a decent console. It was actually a decent console, but like, it was just a controller for me. It was just a controller. The controller was just not it. And the Xbox, you know, I don't know. I got like mixed feelings for the Xbox. Great console because we had an Xbox and we had like all the little essential stuff that went with it too. Of course, we had the controllers, and then we had like the DVD part. It came with like a little DVD sensor that you put into the part where the controllers go on the console, and then you had a remote. You know what I'm saying? Where you point the remote to the sensor, and there you go. Your Xbox is now a DVD player, and it also played music too. And it was a great multimedia system to put music on as well. To be honest, I still have my original Xbox. I think it's in the garage with so much music on there. I just need to get the parts to the Xbox. I just need to order all the parts. But like, that controller just wasn't it. I'm sorry to keep pausing, man. I'm just giving my honest thoughts and opinions, bro. That's all I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? It's my video, you know. Hey, it is what it is.
To design how people like a 4K controller than a really stylized gimmick like the original.
It was worse.
And 64 controller.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
It's weird, wonderful, and quite unlike any
Go ahead.
large M-shaped build and spread of buttons by no means standard.
Goated. Yo, bro, the Nintendo 64 controller, goated. I don't care what nobody say, bro. A lot of people say that this controller is overhyped. I don't think it's overhyped because, like, it was different. And I feel like this controller right here was really good for, like, first-person shooters. It was good for first-person shooters. You know what I'm saying? It was great for GoldenEye. It was great for Doom. It was great for Perfect Dark, Turok the Dinosaur Hunter. Like, this controller was great for first-person shooters. And even for, like, party games. You know what I'm saying? I think Mario Party? Pokemon Stadium, when they had the little mini games and stuff like that. It was great for that. You know what I'm saying? Because this controller takes me back, and as y'all can see, y'all had to bust mines out. You dig what I'm saying? You know, this is legendary. And then you got that trigger in the back, bro. Like, you couldn't tell me, like, come on, this was revolutionary. And then I still got the rumble. God damn. Got the rumble pack in that bitch. Still got it, bro. You know, still got the rumble pack. But yo, I love this controller, bro. I don't care what nobody say, bro. This was a great controller.
But these elements would be transformative to the industry at large. The N64 controller helped push forward the concept of the analog stick. Controller's large size actually working well in conjunction with the central stick. Players found the controller and its C buttons reflected the changing nature of base buttons, particularly in regards to 3D games. We may never see the likes of this again.
We will change.
Number 9, Wii Remote.
To experience the skill. Like coordination.
Once upon a time, a sleek little remote inspired people to dream. Based around motion control, the Wii Remote intrigued the game media at large with its basic white coloring, compact button placement, and general control variety. The Wiimote could be linked to another accessory for more precise play, in the vein of the NES controller, or attached to a dual-stick classic controller.
Oh, okay.
It featured pointer functionality, the mouse, motion control,
okay, I understand. I'm like, did they do this?
And a speaker to add a new immersion. The Wii Remote was truly innovative, proving there was still places to go with control schemes.
Young or old, just get involved and get yourself a Wii.
Number 8, Super Nintendo Entertainment System Controller.
generation from Nintendo.
Nintendo. Always looking to shift things up. For the Super Nintendo, a new controller was developed. One that shifted from the box-like design of the NES controller to a more rounded shape. Described by some as akin to a dog bone, the SNES controller of the with 4 action buttons arranged in a diamond formation, as well as introducing the concept of shoulder buttons. In addition to its innovative qualities and comfort of use, the Super Nintendo controller also supported a restrained color scheme that managed to be aesthetically respectable without being distracting. In fact, European and Japanese versions of the controller would prefer to have color-coordinated buttons, something that our later entries would support.
It's only if you get new Super Nintendo. Now you're playing Power, Superpower.
Number 7. Nintendo GameCube controller.
Golden.
Conceptually running on a similar mentality to the N64, the GameCube opted to match the shifting nature of control schemes.
Goated. Yo, man, shout out to my cousin, bro, for introducing me to the GameCube, bro, because, like, yo, this control, I actually like this controller, you know what I'm saying? Because I remember, you know what I'm saying? I remember when my cousin had a GameCube, you know what I'm saying? I was looking at that controller, I was like, it looked a little weird, but then, like, when you actually put it in your hands, I'm like, oh, okay, this actually feels good, but this is definitely way, way better than the original Xbox controller. It's way more definitely. It's definitely better than the original Xbox controller, bro. On me. Don't at me. Real talk.
With its wing-based controller, the controller utilized a layout not unlike that of its Xbox rival, complete with a small right-side analog stick while implementing force feedback not possible for the N64's controller. The ease with which players can access the GameCube controller's central buttons and the range displayed by the shoulder are matched only by its instantly recognizable shape and layout.
Hey, I'll play with you some other time.
6. PlayStation DualShock Series. While Nintendo's controllers, as we've seen, have gone through drastic redesigns over the years, Sony's iconic DualShock.
Yeah, the DualShock was, yeah. I prefer the DualShock. I prefer the DualShock over the original PlayStation controller. This little ugly ass thing right here. This ass. This is ass, bro. Like, this controller was not it. This was ass. But then, like, if you think about it, it's the exact same controller, but they added analogs to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, literally, they just added analogs to it, bro. You know what I'm saying? On me, I prefer the DualShock remote. You know what I'm saying? Got to. For real. Prefer this one over the original one any day.
Has remained largely the same. Originally released in 1997, the first incarnation of the DualShock analog controller series reinforced the standard of twin analog sticks, marrying them to the classic PlayStation controller design to great effect. The other big feature, a built-in motor for vibration feedback, would be innovative enough to achieve popularity, with only small tweaks needed for the later DualShock models. Being both pleasant to use and inspirational to other hardware creators, the DualShock brand has more than earned its place in gaming culture. Number 5. Xbox Elite Controller. The Elite Series controller, introduced during the Xbox One era, is a competitive gamer's best friend. It faced a rocky launch at first, but over time quickly became a staple for Xbox One owners. Its sleek design and interchangeable buttons made it one of the most customizable at the time. Being able to swap between concave and convex sticks made for a more fluid first-person shooter experience, and the back paddles made remapping for various games a breeze. It came in a wide variety of different colors and themes, so there was a style for everyone who was curious about one. 4. Nintendo Switch Pro Controller. Everyone agrees that the Nintendo Switch Joy-Cons are an amazing and inventive design. The detachable half controllers are able to be used for multiplayer, costing less in the long run, but many units launched with unbearable stick. Pro Controller, a product long dated back all the way to the Wii, is just a significant improvement. Taking a page out of Xbox book with the offset stick's sleek form factor and rubber palm grips make playing for Smash Bros. Only Mario Kart 8 feel way better. Hopefully the Nintendo Switch 2's version helped out. Number 3. Mountain Keyboard.
X. No. Ass.
Some of you youngins may scoff at us for calling a mouse and keyboard a controller, but this is some of the first methods for controlling the game. Players know a first-person shooter like Doom or any other for that matter is significantly better than on a traditional controller. Being able to aim a more fluid motion with much better accuracy made this a sleep for fans of the genre. Not only that, but having a keyboard with big RPGs like the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim made a hotkey system much easier to rely on. Mouse and keyboard are here to stay. Number 2, Xbox 360 controller.
Go it.
All of the lessons learned, every mistake and success, all of it contributed to this masterwork. The controller released alongside Microsoft's Xbox 360 console is nothing short of ergonomic design. From its carefully spaced thumbstick, the feel of the letter-marked faceplates. Neither bulky nor thin, neither flashy. The 360 controller is never overwhelming in look or feel. Inclusions of a button based on the Xbox logo and twin bumpers are all useful in some fashion. Don't consume a great deal of space. Plus, if you moved on to the next gen, you'll be happy to know that much like the DualShock controller, Microsoft continues to stick with what works and maintains essentially the same design for the Xbox One.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to the channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure to go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1, DualSense and DualSense Edge.
I wouldn't know because I don't own the PS5. I don't own the PS5, you know what I'm saying? I've never dealt with the PS5 before, you know what I'm saying? So, hey, maybe it does have its reasons of being the best controller because it is like the most like recent, like newest console, you know what I'm saying? But let's see what they talking about with this. PS5 controller.
When the PS5 launched in 2020, the controller packed in with it was the DualSense. Both from an aesthetic and form factor perspective, this is our pick for the greatest controller of all time. The haptic feedback integration with most games gives players the most immersive and tactile experience around. The resistant triggers in games like God of War Ragnarok really enhance the experience. The DualSense Edge, released in 2023, is a souped-up version of the original and is a godsend for those with accessibility needs. Like the Xbox Elite controller, it comes with interchangeable buttons and back paddles for easier mapping, as well as stick caps for better movement. If you're a PlayStation 5 owner, we highly recommend this one. What do you think of our picks? Check back in another 9 years to see if we've updated the list again.
Alright, man, that's gonna about do it for this video, bro. For real. But I'm not even gonna lie, bro. I'm still kind of hot about they literally put the Xbox, the original Xbox controller over the PS4 remote, which had more features than the original Xbox controller. I ain't gonna lie, that made me hot. That made me hot. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Like, what? Like, how does that make sense? You know? But anyway, man, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. You know what I'm saying? And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to turn those post notifications on. And I'll see y'all in the next video, bruh. Peace.